Hey friends, welcome back to The Rogue Educator. Happy fall. I put on a sweatshirt. I can't remember the last time I wore a sweatshirt, and honestly, this one kind of stinks. I think I'm going to have to wash it again. But anyway, you're not here to hear about my laundry. You are here because you want to know what I want to read this fall. This is hands down my favorite time of year to read a book, and I can't wait to get started. So first up, I plan to participate in the Victober Readathon Challenge throughout the month of October. This is hosted in part by Lucy the Reader, whose channel I will link down below. But I have chosen 2 books to attempt to tackle in the month of October. It is perhaps a smidge ambitious, but we're going to give it a try. First up is Bleak House by Robert Dickens. This is a book I picked up, may have borrowed, may not have returned to a school that I was subbing at, but it was kind of, thrown in the corner. So I think it has a happier home with me. But anyway, I probably started trying to read this about 5 years ago, and this is a good opportunity for me to actually try to finish it. But yeah, it's kind of a beast, so we'll see what happens. The other book that I want to try to read for Victober, the Victober Readathon, is Vanity Fair by William Thackeray. Yes. Also, kind of a beast. Like I said, this is perhaps a little ambitious, but I subscribe to the magazine with this title, and so I'm curious to maybe check out some of the parallels between society then and society now. And then lastly, I'd also like to attempt in October, though not for this particular readathon, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is a book that I picked up last October, but we were in the middle of a cross-country move, so I didn't finish it. But it is very atmospheric. It is a fairy tale retelling of Rumpelstiltskin set in wintertime Russia. And I love the atmosphere, and fall is just the perfect time to pick this one up. So I'm going to give it another shot. For the rest of fall, November and December, I have a few books here, 4 of them, a couple of lighter ones and a couple of heavier ones. So the first heavier one I have is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. And this is another book that I attempted to read a few years ago, and, I had a newborn and, life just kind of interfered. But we have recently moved to a part of the country where I feel like reading about the Black experience by a Black author would be really relevant and really important for me to tackle. So, Invisible Man. And the other heavier book that I have is a book called Generations of Winter. And this is by a Russian author, Vasily Askinov. I don't know. It's a very Russian author, and I apologize that I cannot pronounce it on the fly right now. This is a book that was recommended to me by a college professor at least 10 years ago, and it has been sitting on my shelf, and this is just the right time of year and the right time in my life to pick it up and actually finish it. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really interesting, and this is just cozy and heavy, and I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind. The next book I have is Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Last fall, in the middle of this cross-country move that we did, I listened to Dance of Thieves and loved it. Fell in love with Mary Pearson's writing and her characters, and I'm super excited to follow up with the sequel. And lastly, I want to read Sweep, the story of a girl and her monster by Jonathan Auxier. And this is the story of a girl who is a chimney sweep, and it's got a little bit of urban fantastical elements, which are always my favorite any time of year, but especially in the fall. So hopefully this stack of books will at least dwindle down over the course of the fall, and I look forward to checking in with you about these books in about a month. I'll see you then.